to Opally Hour. So today we are going to be doing the Moomin House issue 79. So we are currently building actually on the one around the corner here. So it's got a couple of windows down here and a door, some sort of dormer window there, an attic window it looks like. So lots of windows here. Anyone who's seen any of my videos today know that I really struggle with windows. Anyway, what do we have coming up? So today we are making a door. Hopefully that's a bit easier than windows for me, being I must follow the instructions slowly. Let's go with that. Don't do what I think it says. Double check myself. Doesn't mean it'll be slower for you, but it might be slower for me. Okay, then, and it looks like there's a gap down here. So if I don't have a gap here, or I think it's wrong, I'm not. It's right. Okay, so this one we have Emeraldo, the circus acrobat. Alrighty, he looks a bit like a frog, doesn't he? Well, probably his feet and things like that. He is a kind, agile, and very strong at the circus. So he's a strong man. Alrighty, so I like the fact that it does this little family tree and how they're related and you know what they think. So he's angry with Miss Laguna, which we saw in the last one, and Moomin Troll feels sympathy for this one, so that's kind of funny. And she cheats on him. Wow. Okay, this is the thing. And then there's jealousy. I quite kind of like the little connections that they have here. There must be some mistake. I'm scared of Laguna. Yeah, he's angry. So it says angry with, but it sounds like he's scared. Masking the anger, huh? Then the return of the lighthouse keeper. Hey, I can say it now. And it's Moomin Papa's gone to sea. And then it shows the events as well going on, and it shows us what we're going to be doing. This I'm hoping this works quite well. Lots, and that's all we're going to do in this one. So we are just doing the door. So let's get to the parts. Hopefully we don't have anything missing this time, because I have borrowed a piece from issue 80, the next one coming up, which I'm waiting for DeAgostini to replace, but it does take a while, and I am playing catch up with these. So we have a couple of door pieces there. We have some hinges by the looks of it. We have our window and some plastic pieces. I would imagine those are probably peelable, but I'll find out. Door handles, going to leave those in there. A top here to the door frame. I'm not quite sure what's being built first, so this one, this for the window, again not sure where that's coming. Need a scalpel for this though to get the, oh that was just falling out. Certainly need a file for it. I do have metal files, you know, but I just tend to go with the emery board. It's just a little easier for me. And this one here, got to bear in mind you have some holes here. That will be where the pins go in for the door. I'm not seeing any on that piece, but I do see a line on this piece. That's going to be important. And these look like they're the door frames, and I'm going to leave these other small pieces in here. And let's have a look at what we start with. Get my little book ready. Get to the right page. Oh, we're going to be varnishing it. So can we varnish it once it's together? Yes. So I will be doing that. They get you to paint it, not varnish it, by the way. And these are the colours that you are going to be using in the combinations. But I use varnish. It dries quite quick. So I will get this put together, give it a varnish, and then we'll come back. So I'm going to get rid of the white pieces. Don't need those. And won't need the pins either. Just make sure you keep them somewhere safe. Oh, I've got a draft coming through my room, as you can see. I say keep. Do you mind? The wind's gone crazy. Hold on. do love having my windows open until that happens. Anyway, I said about keeping these safe and they got blown all the way over there. So I'm going to get rid of all of these for now and see what we need first. So, important thing here is going to be make sure that the external frame and internal door frame are arranged as shown, it says. Okay, what's the difference? I'm looking. Okay, there is a curved edge this side, so maybe it's to do with that. Let me see. Oh yeah, position of the rounded edge. So this one will make it the external door, and this will make it the internal door because it's slightly rounded. Let me see if I can show you from that angle. It's probably a bit better if it doesn't want to focus on everything else. Only just a bit of difference there. So that's the first thing we have to do, step one, nice and easy. And then we are going to be putting on the internal, and the hole is here and needs to be on our left side, and we are putting the internal door frame on first. So double checking myself, and this is going to be glued on. So we're going to get some wood glue here and get that on, and then we're going to want to dry that. Be easier if I put it on this piece, wouldn't it? Going to want to dry this before we put varnish on it, so it can sit in the sun, because although it's windy, I've still got the sun coming through. Okay, doesn't need as much probably as I've even given it. So put my nail straight in it. Can't pick it up whatsoever. So you just want to line it up with it like so. Make sure it's lined everywhere. Right, that's on, and then we're going to turn it over and do the external frame the same. So again, the hole will be on this side now, and you want to have the round side away from it. So just checking myself. You know, I struggled so much with the windows, which really should have been so simple, and I seem to have managed almost on well, I have pretty much on every one. I have done something wrong, or it hasn't taken as it should have. Either way, same principle. It did not work out perfectly as one would want. And put that on there, and then this will go to one side, I believe. So I am going to clamp this. Let me go grab my clamps. Alright, I am just going to use the lighter clamps. So this particular one, the external, is actually quite bowed. So I'm going to use 2 on each side of my smaller clamps, just to hold it in place, and then put it to one side, because next we're going to work on the wooden window part. Just make sure it's really lined up. And hopefully this will unbow it with the gluing. Right, let's pop that over there. Next we are going to, don't need these, we need this little piece here. And we're going to be cutting out these circles. So this one was almost out, and it is. Oh, these are very thin wood. Don't get too excited about that. And then because it's thin, go careful. What you want to do is get rid of the burr so it lies flat like so. Alrighty. So next, I believe, is going to be the dyeing of it. So, we're meant to be dyeing that as well. Yes, you are. And then it gets you to attach it afterwards. Don't know why. Alright, so that is what we will do. I have some little crocodile things which can hold these in place. So let me get my die and I will show you what I do with that. Like I said, they recommend painting it. Painting it's just not my thing. I find that I have way too many streaky lines. A lot of times I will use acrylic pens, which do seem to help on that. But for things like this, I will actually use wood dye. I just want to give this a little bit longer to set before I do so. But I will get it ready. Alrighty, so that's had a moment to dry. I have my crocodile things to hold these on. The dye does dry really quick. Now the dye that I use is just from Amazon. Just give it a shake before use, because that reminds me, I have tried to do it without. It does not work well. And let's see. And then I personally just pour a tiny piece in here, maybe a bit more, something like that, and put my lid on. I always wear gloves for it. Go careful, it does get a bit splashy. And I am going to start, let's put that somewhere it's not going to stain everything. And I'm going to start, wait, move out the way, with the little rings. So just a tiny bit on here. And just put it on both sides. I'll come back and do where the clip is in a moment. And I'm just going to get another clip. Let's dry that first. Then all you do is dry it. Go careful. Like I felt it crack just on doing that. And then do this, take that one off. Do this other side. I'm just going to put that in its little holder. I've got a little holder for it. That goes there. And then do this one. And then we've got one through that door, which I'll probably use a clip for as well. And all dry, I mean, to be honest with you, it dries really, really fast. So as soon as you've pretty much done this, I mean, you could probably put it to one side for a few minutes and it will be dry enough. And the tiny bit in, I'm not sure the video showed any of that, but if not, you get that principle, right? And do that. And there is, it's dyed, slightly different colour than this, as you can see. And now I'm going to put those over there to dry, maybe a bit away from the other one. I have them right next to each other. And then I'm going to do the same with this. I'm going to clamp this one just at the bottom for now, and put quite a bit on for the moment. The beauty of the wood dye, the same as the acrylic pens, is it doesn't have a build up. So like if you've got places with the hole, like at the bottom here, then it's not going to block it and things, or I haven't found that it has yet. And just get that all the way around. I'm going to move this out the way now. It's on the move, it doesn't want me to do it. Let's put it flat. Should have used a smaller sponge, huh? Or I could have used a what's the name? Paintbrush would have done it just as well. And go on the sides and the top. I have to hold this with my hand instead because it keeps moving with the clip. Guess it's too big for it. And I'm not going to touch the bottom because it does have the holes, even though I don't think it would block it. And like I said, this dye really does go quite a long way. I just paint my hand in the process, and then I will dry this off, rub it off, and all it does is soak into the wood so that it gives a nice colour. And this way you can pick and choose your colours. My dog's she's having a dream. And then just dry it off, and I will put that to one side and get tidied up because it's the only diam we need. And next what we're going to do is put the window in, and then the door handles on, and this part will be done, and then we will work on the frame. And I'm hoping and praying my frame will do what I want it to do. Right, let me get tidied up and I'll be back. Alright, so we are putting one of these on this side and one, just put one on this side for now, then we're going to put the plasticky glass stuff in. So let's get one going. Doesn't matter which side. Yes, evidently it does. So it wants the hole on this side here, and probably don't need as much as I'm using. I mean, I've literally just picked this up, so I might still get a little bit of wood dye on me, because I didn't really leave it to one side at all, really. These obviously had a little bit longer. And pop that in. I'm just going to make sure that that roughly measures up. Any use for these, evening it up there. Oh, it's close enough. And then let's see, you turn it over and you put your plastic panel in, one of the plastic ones. So I'm going to bring this in. Of course it disappeared on me. Oops, come back. Didn't need that, didn't need that. So these plastic pieces have a covering on both sides, so I get to do my favourite thing. And we put one in, followed by the design, this one here, followed by, I wonder if you could buy this plastic stuff in huge sheets just so I could sit there and peel it off. The trouble is it would be done and dusted within a few seconds probably, and then I'm not so sure it would be the same thing. Come on, come on little fella. There we go. And you're just going to pop this in, and the hole is this side. There's also a hole at the top here, so do make sure you didn't block that. And this goes in there and it lies nice and flat. Does this have protective film? It doesn't say it does, so I'm assuming it doesn't. Assumptions are a thing. Bit of fluff got in there. How rude. There we go. And then we put the other piece of plastic, removing the cover, which of course it doesn't want to come off now. You know how these things go. I need to take a shed down in my garden this year. It's going to be fun because it's got glass in it. It was kind of like there when I moved in. I haven't been here that long, and it's at an angle, let's say the least. Evidently it was carried from a neighbour's house by quite a few gentlemen who then plucked it in the garden, and that's where it remained. And yeah, so I need to take that apart. Alright, and then we're going to put this in there. It's done both sides. I don't think there's a difference in size. And then we are going to put the other wooden panel on this time, because I don't want it going on the glass. I'm just going to do it on here in hope we get a direct hit when I put it down. so it doesn't go on anything. It's pretty good. That's really kind of cool, isn't it? Kind of like that. Next we are going to do the door handles. And what did I just drop? Well, let me go find it because I don't know what it was. Could be important. It was the pin. And we know who would have wanted the pin. You named it, Litlam. And the handles. And making sure that the handles themselves point inwards. And these are just stuck on top. So we have our hole this side, so make sure your handles are opposite to the hole. And then we're going to turn it around to do the same, and your handles point that direction. So I have no idea where my tweezers are. Haven't used them today. I was tidying up. Oh, let's see. Yep, so you want to make sure that it goes on like so. I'm just going to use a bit of B7000 for this. It should hold it in place quite nicely. And then I'm going to put this to one side for that to set up. And probably want it a bit closer to the edge there. So bit more. There we go. So something like, can't see, like so. Doesn't look very straight, does it? Like when I show you, I don't know, it looks straight. It's just when I angle it upwards. No, it's definitely not straight. I wasn't seeing things in the first place, so I thought I was. There we go. Just a little tap, and then make sure you get the same side but on the other one. And that has a rather lot of glue. We do not need that much. So get rid of some of that. Put that over there out of the way. And then again, line it up to be here. It's probably one of the prettiest doors we've done so far for the house. And it's a side door, which makes me think that the front door is hopefully going to be as attractive. There we go. Oops, get it on the camera. It's pretty cool. Now I am going to crocodile this, just so I can have it drying without leaning. You know, it's a really different level though. That's interesting, isn't it? Like they both look even, but when I look from the side, they don't look even at all. That's a bit better. I'm just going to hold it. I don't even know how to hold it really. I just want it leaning on the handles, maybe something like that. Maybe I could get away with just doing one, because the glue will hold. Hey blobby. Right, next up is the frame. You know how much I like doing those. And the wood glue. All my glues are exploding. They are being like volcanoes erupting here. Okay, get those out of the way. Now, we turn the page and we will be doing the frame. Okay, so we will be cutting this off. Evidently it says it's not needed. So let's get rid of that. It's quite a new blade on this, the crafting knife, so hopefully it's enough. I'll just do this one, went all the way through but not this side. Well, hold on. So, hold on, we'll leave this one on because I'm not 100% sure that we meant to get rid of it on both. Let's have a read. let's say we'll leave it as 1 for now. The other one is actually already loose, which is a bit unfortunate. That is what it is. And then it says to sand it down. Shouldn't need too much. Doesn't need this evidently going forward. We will see. Get rid of that. Get rid of this. Right, next up is also use a craft knife to do the strips. These. Oh, okay, yeah. So I don't know if I've got to do it to both. In reality, I probably do, but to be safe, although one is very loose now because I've been doing this, so for this to be a bit safer, I'm just going to do it with these because otherwise I would get my nails. Didn't take much, did it? This one needs a little more. I don't think it's touching it, I think it's touching the tweezers. And this one. Just go careful not to snap it, which is normally my thing, by the way. And it looks like they're still there, but I can't feel them. Okay, so that's done, that's done. Not sure about this, so we're going to leave those up there. And then we are going to be sorting the frame itself. So what we need are these pieces, I believe. Oh, at the step. This. So we want the white on the inside, so like so. And you have a smaller end here and a larger end there, so you can see that quite clearly. And you want white surfaces going in. Doesn't say which way round though. Oh, yes, it does. Long notch at the top, so this longer one is at the top. And we are going to be putting in this piece here with the hole in it. Don't get glue in the hole. And I'm not going to put this under clamps until it's all made up. And the other side as well. And the hole in this is over here. And that's so that it makes the white go on the inside. And then line the other one up. Again, making sure the white is on the inside. Obviously with wood glue it will take a moment to dry, but that's okay. And then we are going to put the step in, making sure that the curved edge is on the outside, so it will slip in like this. So I'm just going to put some wood glue. Could have done that before I did them, couldn't I? Like so. And again, you want to line up the hole. So the hole for me is on this side here to this side here. So I'm just going to make sure that this hole is on the same side. This is where the door's going to go. I'm going to have great fun with those pins. I actually do, when I've done doors in the past on different builds, I've done them very differently. I will put the door in before I mess with the frame. But I am trying to do it as per spec. Make sure that goes down as far as you can. Looks pretty good. So you see the hole from there matches. You just about see the hole down here. So that goes on, and then let's see what we got going on. We are next putting in this piece here. Which is called the door arch. No, we're going to put this flat piece on, and it's going on the curved side, on this side, and it's going level with underneath here but level with the top here, so not going to be the easiest to put in, is it? You can understand why some might use super glue on this, not to be beaten. And to prove my point after my mishaps with the windows, we can do this. So push that down, put that to in spot, and then turn it over and even it out. Okay, goes somewhat like that according to this. Maybe down a little, line the edge of the vertical pieces. I mean, it kind of looks like they've got it a bit further in, but I don't think it's really meant to be. I couldn't swear to that though. And then these panels go in here, I believe. These little strips go in here to hold it all in place, like so. I guess those are the door stops. Let's get the wood glue working on both of these. Just looks like in the photograph it's in more. I don't think it is. I think it's just my eyes. And again, I'm just gonna kind of put them in, and then I'll worry about lining them up in a mo. And just make sure that the white of these little strips is facing on the inside, so it faces into the door here. That was good. That was good. It moved everything off. Maybe it lines it all up or something. You don't know. I just want to make sure it's all lined up with this side. It would have been easier if it had not been on the side which is all got the little bow thing going on. And I'm just going to try and make sure that everything's straight and that these are as flat to this side as possible. So give me 1 second, just bear with me. Concentration's at work here. And maybe I should get a ruler out or something. Wouldn't be such a bad plan. Okay, and this, I can see, needs to just go a tiny bit. There's a gap on this side, you know. But everything's down the way it should be. So, that's it. Right. Next is, let's see what we're doing. Next is we are putting in this little piece on the other side. So turning it over, and I'm going to be popping it in here. And obviously I think this little strip here is, they want that towards the base there. I'd be so inclined to put that nail in right now. I think I'm going to. Let me see how this works. I think I am. So it's going to be the longer nail is going to go through here. So I'm going to pop this. So I'm going to avoid it with glue. That's one thing. So I was going to get some glue. Gosh, I left it without a pin for 2 seconds, and it all dried up on the top. Right, so I'm just avoiding where the pin's going to go. I'm going to put a tiny bit here and some here, because this is going to go inside here. But what I'm going to do is put the pin in, get the glue off me, put a little bit more glue here, and put it. Can I do it that way? This is the question. Or can I do it this way? It might be a better way. Well, that's in there. So that's all together as should be. Then we are going to turn it over again. I'm just checking myself. So I think this one, and it should have these bottom bits off. Well, it either should or it shouldn't. I don't know anymore. No, I think this one was meant to keep it and this one not. So we got it the wrong way around, but it's okay because I will just hold on to this. I did not realise there was two of them attached. So we're not going to be attaching the plain one this time at all. So maybe next time it'll tell me that it needed to come off anyway. I don't know. And put that there. So this one will go on here. Just making sure I've got it on the right side. I do. Go on here like so. And because it's on the curved side, does it need pressing into it? Probably. Okay, and it wants it done with wood glue. So I'm going to get the wood glue on. Glad I'm doing this while it's all still quite wet. Okay. Don't think it matters which side. Or does it? I'm just trying to see. Oh, what's in a microscope? Yes, I believe it is with the lines at the front. And that will go in, and you want to make sure that it's lined up to these liners, that these little strips we put on the inside, they call liners, and you want to make sure that it's lined up to them. So I'm going to get some clamps on this for sure, and then put this to one side for a while and come back and then put the door in, and we hold that other piece for next time. I mean, heaven forbid that we finished a door in one issue, right? Actually, the Moomin is better in reality than most part works on stuff to do. There's many part works out there that you just do such a small amount. You know, that totally came off. Come on. Let's line you up again. And that you, yeah, like I say, you just like screw in a screw or something, and that's it, and that's your money's worth. But it does kind of balance out. Even when you do that with some of them, it balances out, because sometimes you're going to get some huge pieces in, which then makes it worth it. Just making sure that's lined up the best I can. This one's gone off a little bit. It's already started to stick. and then a couple at the top here. And I might very well, if this still shows, you can see that there's a tiny bit of brown showing up here, I might very well put some, just do it with a bit of primer. It is right. Just making sure that it's correct. It's flat on the back, so okay, so that's in. And then next what it's going to do is get you, once this is dry, on the same side, I believe, you will be putting this on. That doesn't make any sense. Yeah, you'll be putting this on top of it, like so. I don't know why it's got it double, but it has. Maybe it's slightly wider. Let me see if I could do that so it's all drying at the same time. Oh look, that pin fell out. Huh. Wait, go back in there. Just want to make sure it's all lined up. There we go. And I will put a very small clip on this just to keep it in place, not space, so I don't lose it. Almost lost it. And then put this one on. I don't know why we have a double, but we do. And that makes me wonder if I put the right piece on. Oh, but I did. Okay, fine. And they want you to use quick drying glue for this, which obviously if you've seen my attempts at doing some of this stuff you can understand why I wouldn't do it. Okay, pin, you're in the way. I will watch it for now. Just so I get the clamp right, it moves. Oh, come on. I'm going to use the other clamp. Patience is starting to wane a bit now. Okay. That pin's fallen out again. But it is all lined up, so I know I can get it back in again, so it's not a big deal. Only a big deal if you make it a big deal, right? Well. And then once these are on, I'm going to put it to one side, so you would have seen me 10 minutes trying to fix this pesky thing on. It may not be 10 minutes, I don't know. I should really super glue those. Okay, that's better lined up. Alright, let me go to one side. When I come back from doing that, I'm going to be putting in the doors, I believe. So we'll be putting this one in. Oh, it wants you to white paint. Now it tells me. Let me see if I can do that. It wants you to paint inside here white. So I'm going to get and do that as well. I'm going to just use the acrylic pens anyway, so that dries quite quick. It needs more than one coat, but it still dries quite quick. Alright, let me get this glue put away. I will see you in a minute. Okay, that's been on a little while. Now we're going to put this door in. So what I did do, because we're not going to need this for several issues, is I attach this just with super glue, and I'm going to literally leave it like this until we need it. We won't be needing that until it gets in the house, so I don't even know what issue that's going to be. So what we do need to do is pop this in here and then put that through the hole in the top of the door, which is probably not as easy as I'd like it to be. Let's see. Let's get it out of the way a minute. Hold those handles. It's very difficult to see where it's going. It needs to go back a bit more. Look at that. What do you know? And then it says to put a bit of wood glue on the top here to hold it in. It is all the way in. So, as it comes out a little way. You know why though? Because I'm not going to glue it just yet. I think it's quite firm in there. And then we're going to put the bottom one in, which will be even more fun. It looks really cool though. So if I was doing this and not following the instructions, in reality, what I would do is not this. I would put the door on and then put this bottom on, because you could put it straight over the hole, which would make it a lot easier. You could put the this piece into the door and then just put that on top of everything. Wouldn't that make it easier? You'd think, right? And that went, make sure it's in, and it is. So I am going to put a bit of wood glue on the bottom here because that is flat, and this one is not flat, so I am going to file that down a little bit after I make sure it works okay, which I think it does. Okay, go back and tell you to come back out. Probably if I had a pin vise it would be cool because I could push it in. There we go, that's flat. But I don't think the other end is going to get flat at all. So it says put a bit of wood glue on the bottom here. So I brush it all out. Don't think I was quite meant to do that. Which would be better than super glue, because super glue will probably leave a surface area. Can I get that all the way in without it pushing the other one out? I don't think I can. So I'm going to file this a bit, going careful not to get this, which is going to go against the house, so it doesn't matter that it's got a mark on it. I actually don't know why it's got a mark on it. I'm trying to think of how it got a mark on it. No doubt something I did. Okay, and just make sure that at least that keeps in. It opens. Only will open one way, but it will open not so much all the way. They reckon how this can be adjusted is by opening. If the door does not open, you can trim the arch, so you trim round here basically, but that's, well, I mean, I guess it is, that's where it's catching on this corner here. I'm not going to trim it. I think we'll just have it that it opens as far as that, and that's fine. Now it doesn't want to close on me. Don't use the handle, woman. No, I've knocked the handle off. Well, wasn't on very well then, was it? bent the pin. Forget about anything else. It's kind of like, you know, like in a house when you got the door that drops. That's what has happened. Okay, I think I just got it caught on the top here. Right, instead of pushing this, push it a bit more. Okay. Then I'm going to very carefully cut this a little bit more. Pull it out a bit maybe. Wow. No, I don't want you coming out now. And this has come undone now. Right, I'll get that. Wow. There we go. Right, push that all the way in. Use the pin this time. Or not. Works. Again, not 100% sure what it's doing really. I think if the pin goes in too much, it seems to me, okay, you. The pin goes in, I just don't have the strength, too much, that it seems to misalign the door. But you know, if you don't get it straight, you're never going to get it in the hole that it's meant to go in. Let me go and get some other ones, because I've got some more. Right, my little pink handled ones, let's see if I can do it there. This is tough. I'm bending it away. Okay, gonna take the whole thing out. I just can't get it. God, finally. Right, let's see if we can get that back in. Alright, take that one out again. Put this, it's like redoing it, the whole thing really. Okay, almost. There we go. Right. And then we'll put the bottom one in again. Wood glue didn't work well, did it? Keeping this one in, it was very easy to get out. I'm gonna find those tiny little bit of metals around or something now. You'd be like, what the heck? Okay, so I'm just going to glue this as is at the bottom and top. And this is all there is to do in this one, by the way. And re-glue this. I'll do it with wood glue this time, being, can't remember what I used last time. And clamp that again. Just needs it on the end a bit there. Okay, and hopefully that will be that. I'm going to leave that to do its thing. It is catching, so I'm going to do something to make it uncatch. But probably pushing it to one side a bit. Now I've got it the other side of that arch and I can't close it at all really. I will fiddle with it rather than watching me struggle totally. Probably bent a post or something. I can see I have. Alright, I'm going to mess with that and get that sorted. Like I say, you should have this over. Bye-bye. with this, and this is to go on the interior of the house, so this is the exterior, and it will it will just be for mainly just like put your door frame on the inside really. So keep that flat, keep it safe somewhere. Anyway, I hope you are enjoying this build. If you have any questions, please send me an email or drop me a comment, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Please do like and subscribe so that you can see more episodes, and it really does help the channel for me bringing you more content and things. So thank you very much for watching. Like I say, do take care of yourself. Alrighty, one thing I forgot to do was, as you can see, got the door working fine. But that wasn't it. It was to let you know what we got coming up. So we have number 80 will be next. And we are starting on the third wall. It looks like it's got another door. Looks like it might be this side. Yeah, I reckon it is. So we're going to be building another door and some steps because we haven't built these steps yet. So it looks like we're going to be doing that one, which will be the back wall. So quite a lot wider. Also going to be doing the window. I very much doubt, sorry about that, there's a dog that walks near here, obviously high anxiety. Anyway, so anyone who watched before, I have borrowed one of the pieces for here, and I have a new set coming from DeAgostini, but it may or may not arrive in time. So this is what we look like we're going to be doing. This looks like the wall it's going to go on, and so we should get magnets this time. That's what I'm thinking. Alright, so anyway, like I say, see you next time. Thank you very much for joining me, and do take care of yourselves.